Mets tonight here at Riverfront Stadium. 2-1 pitch from Shaw into left center. There it is.
Contrary to the evidence and information contained in the report of the special counsel to the commissioner, Mr. Rose has accepted baseball's ultimate sanction, which is lifetime ineligibility. This sorry
outsider in the sport, baseball legend Pete Rose has been banned from the game by Commissioner Bart Giamatti.
I was wrong. I just stupid. Worst thing I ever did in my life.
You say
I've had to live with that for 14 years too, Charlie.
Pete Rose is a baseball legend. He was a 17-time All-Star, a 3-time World Series champion, the 1975 World Series Most Valuable Player, and the 1973 National League Most Valuable Player, and his 4,256 hits are still the most hits ever in Major League Baseball history. But in 1989, it was reported that Pete Rose had gambled on games while he was the Reds manager. He would later admit these allegations in 2004. When my English teacher, Mr. Hamilton, asked me what is the most pressing issue of our time, I immediately chose the Pete Rose issue, because even though he has all these records that still hold today, he cannot be in the Hall of Fame because of the dumb decision he made. He didn't take any illegal steroids, he didn't take any illegal substances, he didn't do any of that. All he did was gamble. And now, even though that's not allowed, he still should be in the Hall of Fame because of all these records that he holds. So one of the tasks that we had to do in our video was to find an expert on the topic that we were doing. So when someone told me that Pete Rose's brother, David Rose, worked at a restaurant in Brownsburg, I immediately chose him to do. He agreed to an interview, and this is the interview that I got with Pete's brother, David. How has this scandal affected your family?
At first, it hurt us because my mom was still around, but we've gotten, just accepted it, and our family feels like most Americans. If you would ask the Americans to vote Pete into the Hall of Fame, 85% of them probably would. And just so we went along with it. I mean, we all accepted he broke the rule, but on the onset, I don't think it was fair the way they treated him.
Yeah, especially at first. They weren't even acknowledging his.
No, whether to win or to lose, that's not here. The rule was betting, and and that's okay. So, but our family's all right with it. Now, it's been 35 years, so my mom's gone now. My dad was already gone, so.
Now, how has it affected Pete personally?
Well, I think in the long run it hurt him a little bit financially. Because I think till this day he'd still be managing. And he's 78 years old now, but I still think he'd be managing. So that put a crap on him a little bit. So, and I think he was a little bit frustrated with it at first, but he's doing fine. Yeah, he's doing fine.
So, what did you think when you heard the first allegation of his gambling?
What did I think?
Yeah, what did you feel?
Wondering what, or where'd this come from?
So, you never saw inside of it?
No. And as the story goes along, I know where it comes from. So, and that's, a lot of it's crap. So.
Where were you when you first found out that he had done this?
I was probably working for Bill Cunningham in Cincinnati, Ohio, when it first come out, I think. And I was still working for Bill when they sentenced him to jail, prison. And that was on a different income tax. The funny thing about on the income tax evasion, I think it was something like $52,000 from card shows. Willie Nelson owned the government $1,300,000. They let Willie Nelson do concerts to raise the money. They sent Pete to jail. Now, to me, that's a double standard to me. But yeah.
So, what did you think when the Reds finally took that step and inducted him into the Reds Hall of Fame?
Oh, I think that was going to come anyway, to tell you the truth. I mean, that was one of the better weekends.
Do you think he'll ever be inducted? If I worded that right.
Yeah, I think he does. You know, I'm sure he's got hope, and I hope they do it while he's still here. If they do it while you're still here, Cooperstown won't be big enough for that crowd. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, Cooperstown won't hold all the people. So, sure, he'd like to see it while he's alive, and you know, then you can write into the chapter.
Well, thank you for taking your time out of your day.
I could talk about Pete baseball all day.
Thank you for your service, sir.